This is my A2 media evaluation of music video, digipack and poster. First I'm talking about conventional and unconventional shots in my video. So firstly, conventional. This first shot could be considered conventional in Goodwin's theory of music videos, as the lead singer gets majority of screen time and he's the only subject in this shot. Additionally, he's highlighted with the red filter light. The shot below could also be considered conventional, as it shows a hint at a narrative and a relationship between the two main characters in the video. This fits conventions of the genre, as a lot of videos I viewed in my research follow a narrative alongside other shots, for example of a band playing. The third shot could be considered conventional when looking at the indie rock genre, as I found in the 1975 video for and Panic at the Disco's Ballad of Mona Lisa, the prop of a microphone is used. In both videos they use simply for the effect of a prop and set a particular scene. For instance, Panic's video is in the past, so an earlier type of microphone is seen to that of the microphone in the 1975s. Unconventional shots. This use of extreme close-up is unconventional of a music video. I saw very few shots in my research that were this close-up. I feel it improves the relationship between the viewer and the band, as you see them in a closer, more intimate way. The second close-up shot is more conventional. For instance, a similar shot is used in the 1975 video Girls. It allows diversity in my shots, adding to the creative effect of the video. This side-on shot displayed here is an unconventional version of the first shot, so shown in red, as he is side-on. This generates assortment in the frames in my music video and avoids the possibility of viewer fatigue, as we don't see a similar shot for too long or too frequently. I used a prolonged crossfade in one part of my video. It was not found in any of my research, and I believe it makes the video far more interesting to watch. It required timing two people to the lyrics on the track whilst creating a delicate fade-in. I also had to film this in two separate shots, one with just Natasha and one with both actors. This shot opposes conventions in the genre. But this extremely low angle is unconventional and possibly disconcerting to the viewer. It simply allows variety in my shots and shows a couple or two actors are in unison with their emotions and love for each other. And lastly, the use of reverse motion was key in my piece, as I used it to create a distorted feeling of dreaming and challenging the view of reality that viewers have. I took inspiration from the video Bruised Blocks by Elton J. This was entirely in reverse. In my survey, I found that people gave the degree of unity of my ancillary tasks and music video as one campaign 8 out of 10. I believe this is pretty high, and I have successfully created a campaign that complements each other. This first shot is an example of my house style, as I use lights and layering in a contemporary photography style. In my ancillary tasks, I used colourful lights throughout all products. This allowed continuity in a house style. I also used the same simple piece logo in the poster and album cover. This wasn't necessary in the videos. If someone's watching the video, they know who the artist is. The font used throughout is very similar to the one the actual band piece used, making it seem like a realistic product. This font was also used in every product to allow house style and stability in that style. The style of photography is contemporary, and the use of layering is slightly unconventional of a CD cover. Existing bands have done laid images such as these, but in a more detailed way with more faces. I aimed to keep a simple but effective cover. My poster. In my poster, I felt it was important to include a striking photo. This draws your eye to the poster in a public space, increasing the chance of someone purchasing it. To include ratings from well-known magazines. This gives the audience confidence that it's a good album if a magazine they read has rated it well, and therefore people will buy it. I chose NME and Clash, as they are very well-known music magazines that often promote indie rock bands. Additionally, in many album posts I looked at and researched, ratings were presented showing the posters follow certain conventions. Again, this screen grab from my video proves I had a certain style and there's continuity in my work. Having the same style ensures continuity to support brand recognition, and additionally a similar style allows the band to build up a reputation or personal style. For example, the 1975 have a very recognisable style. Over the two albums 1975 released, they developed a very recognisable style throughout both album covers. As you can see, the first one there is black and white, and the second album was pink, but it's a very similar setup. The rectangle has become a shape that is frequently used in the 1975 single covers, sets and music videos, and the illuminated sign was very key in promoting their second album. I felt it was important to use the band's logo. Having this in the poster made it easy to distinguish the artist of the album. Because my song is by Peace, I used this simple Peace logo. It's recognisable to virtually everyone, and having the same logo allows fans to recognise your band instantly, although not all bands have done this in their work. For example, the Arctic Monkeys have had 5 logos throughout their time in music. Due to their constant popularity and the fact the logos are clear, they've still managed to stay recognisable. However, bands such as Nirvana have always kept the same logo, which has become iconic and recognisable 23 years still since their last album was released. I felt it was important to include the date of the release on my poster, as it's essential for people to know when to look out for the album or single in shops, and it creates a height of anticipation. It's very conventional posters, so I felt this needed to be included in mine. And here's some examples: Green Day, Arctic Monkeys, and Panic at the Disco. I felt the title of the single or album was an obvious feature that needed to be promoted on the cover, as otherwise people would find it very hard to find it in shops, meaning the post would not be entirely effective in promoting the album. In my post-production survey, I found that 47 people said my poster might entice them to buy my album, and only 14% said it wouldn't. This tells me that my poster was mostly successful, with 22 out of 57 people saying they would definitely buy my album from seeing the poster. However, I believe the uncertainty in the majority of people could be due to the lack of posters produced now and the increase in short advertisement clips on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter, as this is where my audience is more likely to consume adverts. I know this because in my pre-production survey, 53% of people said that they listen to music on their phone and 35% on their computer. So it's easy to infer that they also consume adverts digitally more than OOH adverts. Talking about the album cover / digipack. So I felt it was important to include the record label's logo on the back cover. They're conventionally seen on the back cover, and so I felt it was important to do that on my work. Here you can see Peace have it on the top right of theirs, and Arctic Monkeys have it bottom left of their back cover. A striking photo is as important on a digipack as it was on the poster. People won't always see advertisements, and so the album cover has to stand out on its own media product as a shelf. In my post-music video survey, 50% of people said that they would notice my cover on a shelf, and 21% said they might. This proves it's a fairly effective album cover, however it may not be to everyone's taste. I felt it was important to use the same photo on the poster and the digipack, as seen in these examples. The same photograph or the same style was used. Justification for photo selection. So I used these 2 eye images and the portrait. Portrait would be the CD tray or slide in behind the photograph. I selected that photo of Natasha. She was the main character of my video, and so the portrait encompasses the dreamy theme with a bubble effect over the photo. Having the 2 eyes either side of the portrait allows symmetry and style continuity. so it's a well-rounded product. The dramatic pink and purple tones emphasise the idea of dreaming, as the colours aren't natural, and the fact that two actors doing the same thing allows them to be linked as a couple. On my back cover, I decided to spread one photograph of Tuff across two panels, but I ensured they were far away from each other so that they could also stand out as two separate photographs. I took inspiration from a shot in the 1975's video Girls, so when taking this photo, I felt that the front cover image is in a similar style to the poster and is featured as the front cover along the poster to bring in more people to buy the album. I asked a group of people a set of questions about my music video after watching it and looking at the ancillary tasks to see what they would say. So the first question was, what genre would you consider my music video? In my general survey, 80% of people said that they considered my music video indie or alternative, proving my music video follows enough conventions to be recognisable as the intended genre. The remaining 20% of those questions said they believed my music video was rock or pop. These are close genres to indie rock, so I may have unintentionally used some conventions seen in other genres. So one person said, I would say a music video is indie rock because I haven't really seen many videos similar to this. Being different is key in indie rock, as you need to stand out and have your own style. As I said, your video reminds me of the 1975 style with the coloured lights and silhouettes, so I'd say your video is indie or alternative. I took a lot of influence from the 1975, so this is a very relevant comment, and also proves that I stuck to conventions of the genre. Second question was, would you say that my music video targets people your age? My target audience is around age 16 to 20. I say this as 91% of the people I interviewed were under 18 and 78% of those questioned felt the music video targeted their age. I believe the contemporary style I adopted appeals to a younger audience, as I took inspiration from artists such as the 1975, Alt J and Peace, all bands that have a teenage demographic. One website I used to research was YouGov Lite. As you can see here, Alt J's main audience is young men, whilst 1975's main audience is young females. I feel the fact I combine the style of these two bands can insinuate that my music video targets both genders. One person said the video probably targets someone their age, they feel they can relate to the actors more as they look around their age. Would you say the use of backward motion / manipulation of pace is effective in portraying the idea of dreaming and feeling imaginary? These quotes from my audience research definitely prove that the concept I wanted to put across was read. I'd say it probably does because it distorts the natural pace of actions in the music video and makes some a bit strange to watch. The idea of feeling imaginary is in there because obviously that's what the song's about. The things are imagined and aren't realistic, so different speeds make sense. Question 4. Audience feedback and improvements. Are there any parts of my music video that stand out as needing improvement? Some mentioned the shot of Andrew and Tash side on, saying it stood out from other shots in my music video. I accept this comment, however I did take inspiration from a shot in the 1975's music video. I felt this was a more interesting way of showing the two people as a couple as opposed to them standing conventionally side to side. Some of the feedback said that shots of people laughing seemed out of place. I was again inspired by 1975's video Girls, which used natural shots, and I believe the natural shots allow a sense of relatability and don't idolise the people being perfect and always choreographed. And some mentioned the speed of a video where Tash is being covered in bubbles didn't fit the speed of the music video, so I took that on board and I changed the pace of that one. Here's a short video just comparing some of the shots to the 1975's. So here are the natural shots, and I aim to use these in my music video, you see here. Question 5. Do you feel there is a strong link between the music video and the song? So, all of my crashnies believe my music video matched the song well, and these are a few quotes. I'd say there's a strong link between the song and video because the lyrics are mimed well, and some cuts match the beat and music. I believe matching cuts to the beats and the music really do tie the video and song together. I think the video matches well, especially when the pace of the video picks up, so does the amount or speed of cuts. I felt this was important, as if the tempo doesn't match, it really doesn't come out as an effective piece. I say the videos probably match the song well, because the song is upbeat and the coloured lights create a happy vibe. Question 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well would you say my poster and album match my music video? 1 meaning doesn't fit at all, 10 meaning they match perfectly. So, as seen in this bar chart, nearly 7.9 was the average number given out of 10 on the degree of continuity in my campaign. I believe this is admirably high. There isn't much I could do to make the number much higher, as the digipack and poster couldn't match anymore, and I linked the video closely with the same lighting and photography style. Next question. If you saw my digipack on a shop shelf, do you think it would catch your eye? As seen in the bar graph, 50% of people said they probably would spot my digipack, and the quotes say they probably would as it's colourful, and they also mentioned the bold primary colours. So my intended use of lights to draw in audience, I believe, worked. Now talking about technology. So the camera I used was the Nikon D300. It shoots in 1080p and has a mono and speaker and microphone. The camera's features such as vibration reduction, allowing me to film the smoothest shots possible, aided by a tripod of course. Using a DSLR allowed me to capture creative shots with manual focus and also film conventionally using autofocus when needed. For instance, one of the first shots of Andrew goes from dark to light. The camera struggled to focus it in time. Therefore, I manually focused the shot when fully lit, dimmed the lights, and then brought them up so for Andrew would be in focus. I used iMovie to edit my music video. This allowed me to create imaginative and artistic shots of my video with interesting transitions. This piece of software allowed me to alter the pace, colour, and music in my video. The software is simple to use, but when used to its full potential, technical shots can be produced. Blogger was the platform in which I posted all my work online. In this site I embedded YouTube videos, PowerPoints, prezzies, photographs and text. I used Photoshop CS 5.1. This Photoshop was very effective in creating my poster and digipack, and I created a slideshow to explain my use of Photoshop and reason for selection. This can be seen in the same blog post. I also used Prezi. Prezi is an interactive piece and presentation software which allowed me to create engaging presentations and deconstructions of my music video. It also allowed me to embed YouTube videos, photos and text. Lastly, I used SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey is a useful website which allowed me to get my post-production survey out to more people, and it made analysing my results far easier than when handing out the survey manually with paper, then evaluating it. This was my A2 music video evaluation. Thank you for listening.